Hi everyone, back to the Y-1200 laser build. I've got the outer frame all finished, so now to technically finish it, I need to come up with a way to cover it. And it's an enclosure designed to keep the laser and the fumes inside so they can be evacuated properly. But most importantly, the laser beam, we don't want, if a mirror gets bumped or a stepper loses a step and gets out of alignment, the laser at 80 watts to go shooting off into the distance or, into our bodies. So I knew I was going to have metal of some kind on the inside because cinder block is a lot more expensive. And thick metal is also very expensive. So my local Lowe's had these 2x4 foot 26 gauge. This is a little bit of a coating on it. It's almost like a plastic coating, probably just to keep it from looking crappy. It is galvanized steel, but it's what I used for my nail board. So this nail board, these nails are poked through a series of holes in that very same sheet metal. And then I coat it with barbecue paint. Here it is. We got Rust-Oleum high temp. I think that goes to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And I spray painted black to absorb the light into the metal. And on that piece back there, I had to put on some gypsum. But what I'm going to do here, I found that since I've got 8mm screws and a lot of them, I am going to laser cut some 3mm birch in the exact shape I want. And the way I'm doing this for myself is I'm putting it just to the inside edge of this outer rail, all the way around. So down on the bottom as well, if you look, just to the inside edge. I measure it, and that's what I laser cut it to. So they're all going to be about the same height, and there'll be different thicknesses at each panel. And that allows me to have individual panels I can take off for whatever reason I might want to. Then I glue it. I've got the, there you go. Down here, I've got the 3M 45 general high strength glue, and I glue that to the sheet metal and cut it out with a pair of tin snips right down there. And yes, I apologize for the rapid motion of the camera lens. It's can't be helped. I'm not a photographer. Anyway, so here's an example. I haven't put any washers on these screws, but for the 8mm size, it's certainly thick enough to hold it really well. Framed on all sides, got one in between here. So I leave these grooves intact so that I can still put these twist lock nuts into them, even with the panels on, if I wanted to attach other things to the outside of this, like lighting or other fun stuff. I don't actually lose any of that. So I've got the wood on this side, and as you turn it around, I've got the sheet metal on the other side that will be looking at the laser. Both will be black because I want them to be. And that should prevent any errant light from escaping and allow me to have some. It also holds the sheet metal really, really straight, having this extra backer of 3mm birch and all very cheap materials. So I like it because I spent plenty on the T-slot. Anyway, that's what I'm doing now. So I'll cut them out, and then I glue it down to this big sheet, and then I go around it with tin snips and cut it exactly the size. The tin snips do a very good job of getting it right to the edge. So far I haven't had to break out the bandsaw and do it that way. And I'll get all these done, then I'll take them back all off, and I'll go out and paint them tomorrow. And for the top and the front of the door, I am going to tap plastics, and I'm having them cut a sheet of the 1/8 inch cast acrylic in the dark red, which is 50% translucent. That should keep the lighting way down and whatnot. And then I'll probably put LED RGB strip lighting on the inside for my own self, so that I can light up the work area once I open it up, because it'll all be spray painted black inside, including the work board and all that, so it'll be very dark on the inside. Anyway, that's my next step. Talk to you later.